Hey guys, this is Cody from Century 21's local home team. We're a few days late, but what I wanted to do this month for our market update is instead of just giving you the sales increase, the price increase, and the listings increase, instead I want to break it down category by category. And I am no economist whatsoever, but we are sent these details as realtors on a monthly basis, breaking down activity per category in Windsor-Essex County. So actually breaking it down per MLS area such as Leamington, Kingsville, Wheatley, Essex, Amherstburg, and so forth. And we get those stats on a monthly basis. So I'm taking those and I'm actually making my own ratio with them that helps measure a combination of activity, so the number of homes sold in the market, but also the average price change. Okay, now first off, when you look at the county as a whole, including Windsor, sales are up 4.5% year to date. The prices are up 12% year to date, and our listings are up just over 13% year to date. So again, price is increasing, but we are slowly building our inventory too, because listings are going up at about 2.5 times the rate of the sales. So although everything's increasing, number of listings are increasing at a greater rate. Now when we take a look at the areas by area, when you look at the number one winners, it can be a little bit misleading, because when you take an area, for example, like Harrow and Colchester, which is zone 20 on our MLS board, they had an average price increase of $81,000. But when they only have 127 sales per year, a few large sales can offset the stats to a point where it may not be truly reflective of the average price increase. So what I did is I made a ratio, and it took the average price increase and combined it with the change in number of sales in an area and put twice the weight on the number of sales increase. So it's 2/3 number of homes sold, 1/3 price increase or decrease to give us a ratio, and I'm calling it Cody's hotness score. So it is not an economic term, you're not going to find it in a textbook, but it helps show us the most active categories, again, zone by zone in our Windsor-Essex real estate board. So over the course of 2019, we had 3 big movers, and our biggest movers was number 1, zone 20, which again is Colchester and Harrow, and Cody's hotness score came out at 10.4, and again it was heavily weighted on market activity. They had an increase in number of sales, actually of only 1.6%, but the average price increase went up so much that it did affect this average. So that one it's a little surprising when you see how high the score was, but again, it's because with only 127 sales per year, it can offset the stats a little bit. Now, our second hottest market would have been Kingsville. So Kingsville had a volume increase of 10.7%, so 10.7% more homes sold over 2019 than 18, which is pretty substantial, and it also had a price increase of 4%. So it didn't have a huge price increase, but the price increase did go up. The reason the prices didn't go up as much in Kingsville is because we had a lot of new builds sold in 2018. We didn't have as many new builds sold in 2019, so it was more resale activity. So although it did increase, it didn't increase at as great a rate as some areas. So they came out with an 8.5 in Kingsville on Cody's hotness score. Now the number 3 winner in this category is Windsor, LaSalle, and Tecumseh, and that one is the most surprising one because that's obviously the largest market. It's the most number of sales and listings in our board, and to see them up 5.9% in volume of sales and a price increase of 13.5, that's huge. To say that for the biggest area in our board, to see them be one of the hottest as far as volume and price increases says a lot for our area. Now, making predictions moving forward in 2020, if we take a look at what happened over 2019, there's a few markets to me that stand out as ones that will probably boom in 2020 because they're seeing the reflection of 2019, what happened in Windsor, LaSalle, Tecumseh. When Windsor, LaSalle, Tecumseh goes up that much, naturally the spinoff next year is going to get pushed out into the county because the city isn't quite as affordable as it was a year prior. So one market to me that stands out is Leamington. Now Leamington is the only other market in our board that has a hospital, that has buses, that also have buses servicing into the city now, into Windsor. So they have transit, they have a hospital, and when you look at big box stores, other things, infrastructure, they have a lot of projects going on. They got the Shirk Center, and the biggest one, probably economic factor, is jobs. There's tons of jobs to be had in Leamington, and that's a big part of the agriculture industry there. So I think Leamington is the market number 1 to look out for in 2020 as far as volume and price increase. Second one would probably be Amherstburg. Amherstburg is usually our number 2 in the county as far as size of market, so number of sales, things like that, and they were in 2019 also with 381 sales, and they were actually down a bit year over year. 2018 they had 402 sales. So I think Amherstburg is probably going to see some spin-off. People that maybe are feeling they can't afford LaSalle now are naturally going to look to Amherstburg next because they're next door to each other, and they're still pretty close to Windsor. And again, they have a lot of the things that you desire in a big city. They have the big box stores, there's lots of new rental apartments, which is great. And I think that Amherstburg is probably going to be the number 2 market in our county in 2020. And then number 3, I'm going to say, is Essex. Essex has gone a long time without new developments or large developments, and looking at 2020, there's a lot of lots serviced right now. When you have a lot of lots serviced, you're naturally going to see a lot of new construction pop up. When you have a lot of new construction pop up, there's people moving to the area, and all of a sudden their friends and relatives start looking at the area also. So I'm thinking Leamington, Amherstburg, and Essex are probably going to be our hottest markets in Windsor, Essex over 2020. So let's keep an eye out and hope for the best. Thanks for watching my video.